What's up, Gemini? Welcome to my channel. My name is Echo Moon. Today I am bringing you your end of December love reading. This is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's going to be a general read, so it's going to include both singles and couples together. I know I said I was going to separate them. I don't have time to separate them. So take what resonates with your situation and leave what does not. And shout out to the cross watchers. Okay, we're just going to focus on the tarot decks. We're going to have a main deck and a clarifying deck. All right, Gemini. One more thing. Some of you guys are dealing with a Leo. And I only say this because on Leo's reading, I said Gemini. Instead of saying Leo, I said Gemini. And that was really random because, like, I have your readings lined up and, you know, you weren't near Leo's reading, so I don't know where I got Gemini from, but that was a little weird. But some of you guys are dealing with the Leo. Okay. Now, what's your current situation, Gemini? Did I just see a card that was flipped over, though? Did I? All right. I don't want to waste too much time. If it comes up, it comes up. So what is your current situation? You have the Three of Cups. Having a good time. Your mind is on having a good time, having fun, hanging out with family, friends, you know, celebrating, partying, you know, enjoying the company of your loved one, somebody that you care about. If you're not in a relationship, it's about, you know, your hope is to spend more time with this person and get to know this person. Okay. All right. Now, what is a fact? All right. So what's a fact that we need to know about Gemini's love life? You have the King of Wands. So some of you guys could be dealing with the Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. That, or male or female, by the way, either you're dealing with the fire sign or you're embodying the energy of the King of Wands. Again, you're in a jovial mood. You want to celebrate. You want to go out. You want to be active. You want to, you know, be passionate. You want to love. You know, with the King of Wands energy, it's like being the life of the party. Not staying in one place, constantly being active, constantly moving, being positive, being optimistic, you know, making others feel good. An illusion that you have is the world. Now, for some of you guys, you think you're closing out a chapter. You have an idea of shutting something down, a relationship, a person. Give me a second. A relationship, a person, you know, it's on your mind. Like, you're having a good time and you want to leave something behind. You want to move on from it. But this is indicative of it's not going to be as easy. You know, you may think you're closing that door, but that door is not fully closed. There's not 100% closure there. Okay? You can see these, right? Yeah. All right. So what's an opportunity for Gemini when it comes to love? What is an opportunity? Okay. Is it two? Yes, we'll take it. Now, if it was more than two, I'm like, All right. So we have the Eight of Cups and we have the King of Cups. So some of you guys are walking away from a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And if not, basically, your opportunity is going to come when you do walk away from something that is emotionally no longer serving you. And this is something, King or Queen, doesn't matter. I mean, male or female with the King of Cups, doesn't matter. But this is something that you intuitively feel. You might not be discussing this with everybody, but this is something that is going on inside of you emotionally. Like, it's time to let go. What does Gemini need to forget? What does Gemini need to forget? So, like an expectation, you know, this is aligned with that. So what's an expectation that Gemini needs to forget? What do they need to forget? Yeah, some of you guys are dealing with the Cancer. Some of you guys are on the cusp as well. I don't forget that. But for the Chariot, something, okay, so with what you need to forget is something that right now is just unattainable. So for some of you guys, you could be moving out of your house, apartment, whatever. You could be moving out, like leaving, like physically moving out, and it's not happening as soon as you want it. Some of you guys, it's like you made your mind up on about something, but again, it ties into the world where it's kind of like you're moving on emotionally, but it's lingering energy. Like it's energy that's going to follow you. We'll get clarity on that, of course, but it's energy that's going to follow you. Because you might be leaving the other person, but the other person is not ready to let you go. I don't know if we've been here before, Gemini, but it's like the other person is holding on to you. Some of you guys are dealing with the fire sign. And it's not to say like, oh, you should forget about leaving, because that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Like I said, it's something that's just unattainable right now. You might just need a break. You might just need to step away for a little bit. We'll get clarity. Moving along. All right. So what is helpful for Geminis right now? What is helpful for them? Oh, don't do it to me, Bobby. What is helpful for Gemini? Let's see. Seven of Wands. Standing your ground. Not buckling. Not giving in. And not caring what anybody thinks. Not necessarily, not to say like you don't care about what another person or the other person you're dealing with thinks. Because again, this is singles and couples. So I try to generalize my speech. But sometimes it don't come out that way. Anyway. You know, it's like you don't, it's not like you don't care about what they think. It's just like at this point, it doesn't matter. So what's helpful for you now is to stand your ground. It's like not being swayed, not being manipulated. You know, not letting somebody else talk you into something that you already strongly feel that you need to do. Now, what's not helpful? Okay. Was there another flipper there? No. What's not helpful, well, at least this side we know you got all major arcana. What's not helpful is justice. So for some, it's about getting even with the other person, and that is not going to be helpful to you at all. It is not going to serve any good in the situation. It's actually not going to help the situation. It's going to make it worse. You know, and yes, justice is all about, you know, fairness and balancing out. And some of you guys could be dealing with the legal situation as far as getting a divorce or a restraining order, because the person has stalker-ish tendencies. Yeah. Let me just look at the bigger picture here. You can see that too? Okay. So like you just want to let things go. You just want to drop it. You're ready to move on. You're ready to leave. You're done. The other person's not. but they're following you. Now, like I said, what's not helpful is trying to get even with this person. If this person, you know, did you wrong, if this person is being petty and they're not trying to listen to you, they're not trying to hear you out where you're coming from, for those of you who this does resonate, who feel like they do need to move on, if the person's not getting, kind of like if you're not getting through to the person, like what's not going to be helpful is like, you know, tearing them down. It's like, leave it alone. Like, move on. Like, don't try to balance things out. Don't try to get even with the person. You know, it's just like, let sleeping dogs lie, as I say, or as they say, because that's just a general, it's a general saying. I think it is. I'm bad at saying, so just don't quote me on that. Anyway, what is the outcome? And we're going to get clarifiers for this section here. Okay. What is, and the King of Wands. What is the outcome? Outcome. Excuse me. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Leo. Some of you guys are dealing with the Leo. But at the end of the day, if you're not dealing with the Leo, regardless of what, it's the sun. Things come to light. You feel good. You feel energized. You know, you feel back to the old you because you just felt like the energy was just a little bit too heavy for you in the situation. And I'm talking to singles too, okay? Because let me just say this. Let's put it this way, okay? Because everybody has free will. And I'm obviously not, you know, the judge, jury, or executioner. And I'm not here to, you know, give, you know, tell you what to do, whatever. You do what you got to do for you, for your happiness, all right? But if you're not dealing with somebody right now, and you're going to anyway, because you guys, you know, do analyze well, but definitely pay attention to the person who's coming in. And I'm talking about, you know, listen to what they're saying to you and listen to what they're not saying to you. I'm talking about just look for the little things that are going to give you a red flag. Because for some of you guys, the person who's coming in, they got a little, they got a click to them. They got a switch. They have a, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they have, it's like Jekyll and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's like, you know, they show you one thing at one moment and then you see something else the next. Or it's something that you're not seeing. It's an answer you're not getting from them and it's making you curious. So it's like if you have a little niggle in your mind or a seed there that you feel like you need to figure out, that person may not be for you. That's the message I'm giving to you, that I'm receiving, okay? I'm not telling you what to do, but this is the sense that I'm getting. This is the energy that I'm getting. You know, the other person, it's not the word switch. What the hell is that damn word? You know what I'm saying, though. They can flip at any minute. At any minute. So, where we're at with time? Shit. Gemini, I don't know why you do this to me. You do this to me all the time. I go over my limit. I wanted to keep it at 20. All right, who's the King of Wands? What's the King of Wands in the fact? Oh, don't do it to me, Bobby. What's the King of Wands in the fact position all about? You know, the Five of Wands. But yeah, butting heads. You're butting heads with somebody that you're emotionally involved in or involved with. But it's like you're clashing with them. There's conflict there. I don't necessarily feel that there's a lot of conflict within you. I feel like you're resolute. I feel like you know what you want. It's like you're determined. Like, you know, you're ready to just detach. Now, what is the world in the illusion section all about? Damn. Okay. Slow down. What's the world in the illusion section? The world. As the world turns. All right. 3 of Cups. There we go again. Closing out a chapter, you know, moving on and thinking that everything's going to be all good. You know, thinking that once you're done with this person, you're completely done. You can have a good time. You know, again, not weighing you down. You don't feel weighted down anymore. But this is in the illusion section. This is, you know, don't assume. Okay? Do not assume. For some of you guys, it's all about trying to move on from a third-party situation. But as I said before, there's still energy lingering there that's going to follow you. Okay? Moving on. The Chariot. This is in what you need to forget. Okay? What's the Chariot here for? What is this all about? And the need to forget. Death. The way you're going to go about doing this, you feel like it's going to bring change. It's not going to bring the change that you're thinking it's going to bring. Like I said, the energy is still there. And this is mind you, this is what you need to forget. This is, you know, what your expectation is, but it's not going to happen that way, okay? And it's not going to happen that way. So you need to be clear, you need to be concise. And like I said in somebody else's reading, who was it? Maybe it was Aquarius. I don't know, Scorpio, one of them. Either way, but make sure that you start off with the reason why you're doing this. You know what I mean? Like, don't just go in and just say, hey, I'm done, you know, after an argument, I'm through, blah, blah, blah. Like, make sure you start off with the reasons why. Because sometimes that helps. Instead of just being blunt with the person, you know, give them the reason why you're about to say what you're about to say to them. You know, set it up so that way they know what's to come. Now, we have Justice in the not helpful right now position. What is that all about? The Emperor's been coming out a lot. What's not going to serve you is trying to have control, trying to get even. For some of you guys, taking this person to court may not be helpful for you right now. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. It's all about when you're going to do this. Because for those that this does resonate, like I said, this is about walking away. This is about moving on. Some of you guys, you might just want to close out the chapter that happened in the past. If there was past indiscretions, cheating, whatever, you guys kind of want to move on to that. But the person that you're with, that this happened to, that got hurt, or you got hurt, energies can go both ways. It's like, it's not over. You know what I mean? It's something that's still going to carry throughout the relationship, and it's always going to come back up. Even though you might try to get even with the person, or try to get the upper hand, or, you know, try to get a handle on things and get control of things, and, you know, trying to rebuild, it's not going to necessarily be helpful for you at the current time. There's closure. You need to have closure first before this occurs, okay? Now, we don't need to clarify the sun. I'm not clarifying the sun because it's the sun. It's happiness. Like I said, it's love for some of you guys. You know, you're moving on to something that makes you happy, or somebody who makes you happy. And look at this dude. I mean, they're smiling. And even though they do kind of look a little, you know, like they got something up their sleeve, they do look a little sneaky, right? Right? Like that face, but they're happy. You know, they got sunshine on them. They have love. They have, you know, sunflowers. It's just beautiful. But get closure. I think that's going to be the title of this reading. I'm bad at titles, but I'm going to name this Closure because that's what's needed. All right, Gemini, love you guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Please like, subscribe, comment below if this resonates with you. 20 for 20 readings are still going on. So 20-minute reading for $20 for the love readings. That's happening until the 21st. I wish you guys a happy new year. I wish you guys love and light. I wish you guys many blessings, and I'll catch you later.